Anji, good morning everyone. Good morning. It is such a pleasure to connect to all of you every day in the morning and at 10 a.m. I'm Dr. Sumir. With me I have Dr. Deepthi. And our goal today is to talk about a big change in the exam pattern. Now the exam will happen in the single shift. I hope all of you are aware of it, that we have seen the Supreme Court advisory to given to the National Board that please conduct the exam in single shift. So before we talk about how to approach the change and how to go about it, first of all, I want to acknowledge that this is a very positive change, very positive change, and it brings to us like a lot of transparency in the system. Because in a country like India, we have always seen that whenever we have multiple sets, they introduce a lot of statistics,
Yes.
normalizations, which are not easy to understand and which create an element of doubt in the mind of the candidate कि boss मेरा तो इतने ठीक थे marks ऐसे क्यों है rank ऐसा क्यों है. It is always better to have a single set of questions for all students in all kind of exams being conducted in India because of the sheer number of students and their careers depending on this method. So it's a very positive change, and I believe that this one judgment would solve it for all the future aspirants also.
Yes, hopefully.
अब जो मतलब अगले बार 5 साल बाद 6 साल बाद भी कोई नीट पीजी दे रहा होगा और नेक्स्ट दे रहा होगा, दे कैन सिंपली रेफर टू दिस सुप्रीम कोर्ट वर्डिक्ट that बॉस सिंगल सेट में लेना चाहिए. सो one thing that has solved many things for all the medicos is it's a great judgment and a great step forward that the NEET PG should be in a single set because बहुत बच्चों का करियर डिपेंडेंट है यहाँ पे.
Absolutely, yes. And I think that brings some respite among all aspirants because everybody was sort of scared, will I get morning shift, will I get evening shift? So instead of focusing on the exam or preparation, we were worried about kaun sa shift milega, difficulty level kaisa hoga, right? So now we know that all of us are going to give the exam in only one pattern and there is going to be a single paper. That's the most important thing, I think. uh, you know, um, एक single paper होना is the only way to ensure that the difficulty level is same and it is fairly conducted for everyone out there, right? So I think once we are now at the zone where we do have a verdict, I'm sure that you are rest assured now what you should be focusing on is your preparation, right?
एंड आई अंडरस्टैंड लाइक बच्चा पूछ रहा है सर ये सब तभी के होते हैं जब एग्जाम पास में होता है एंड ही केप्ट हिज नेम एज पुट इन एंड आई थिंक you have a correct name for yourself also. It's like whenever we are in a developing country, things happen in such a manner that there is a little bit of chaos every time, and that chaos is not because of anybody's intent. It is just because of the sheer nature of the developing or in progress country that we are in. Things evolve, and we have seen over the last 4 5 years. In personally, we have seen how the exam dates shift or how things shift in India, even on the last day. So now we
I know.
come to the more important thing that if the paper is in single shift, I have a big observation to make. It will not be similar to last year's NEET PG exam. Because last year NEET PG exam was a result of two shifts having similar topics. I can talk about radiology and what I observed, and I think there is a learning for all of us to understand here. Last year, because of two sets, in one of the sets, they had a question on thymoma, anterior mediastinal mass shown on a CT scan. Remember, I discussed yesterday on predictor series also. Do you remember or not? Give me a thumbs up if you remember. Thymoma, anterior mediastinal mass, and the question had a clue of myasthenia gravis, and you could identify. You were not supposed to identify on radiology. You were only supposed to identify by connecting the radiology to the clinical picture. Okay, do you understand that? But to equalize the difficulty level, in the second set, they kept an anterior mediastinal mass called as teratoma. Teratoma was supposed to be identified only on radiology image because of presence of fat, calcium. So if you see fat, calcium here, if you remember the DBT session, give me a thumbs up if you remember the DBT session. I taught you any lesion with fat, tooth, calcium here is likely to have those three germ cell layers derivatives, like to get teratoma. So in the evening set, they kept the Are you able to understand? They kept the difficulty level or the topic level same by introducing teratoma. Okay. But however, for a MBBS perspective, everybody knows thymoma is associated with myasthenia gravis. Okay. But not everybody knows that there can be a teratoma in the mediastinum. You know the ovarian version of it, you know the dermoid version, but you don't know the anterior mediastinal version of it. So that is why last year people who gave the evening paper had a perceived difficulty level of being it more tricky because they were trying their best to keep the topic same. Now the problem happens that how do they manage it? They manage it by normalization, which introduces statistics, which makes it all the more confusing.
Confusing, maybe
And
unfair as well.
that is why getting back to the single set is the brilliant decision that has happened, the best decision that has happened. Okay, but my question is, if the paper is going to be single, now the question level I feel will be slightly more moderate in difficulty level. So you will have a more moderate difficulty level rather than a so don't get confused by the last year's NEET evening paper. So every time you remember all our videos, we always talk about कि boss last year का NEET PG will be the determinant of this year's NEET PG. I feel that will not be the case. We need to look at the last to last year's paper and last to last year paper, which we've already done in our PYQ sessions,
Yes.
and we have given you an idea on why some tricky questions were there in the last year's paper, which probably will not be there in this year because it will be a single set paper. So that is one observation.
Which
Second,
means, now we have to focus on what has high probability of being asked. Yes, so it's very very essential that we have to play in the probability ratios. We are not going to study something which is unique, okay? Because the possibility of that coming in the exam reduces further, which is the best part, right? But what we need to understand is when we talk about routine things, common things, that means we do not afford to make silly mistakes. Do you understand this? So when the paper is going to ask you about common scenarios or things that we have read, and that is how it is going to be, you have to be ensuring that those particular topics you are thorough with, because they are going to play with options. Yes. So what they are going to do is maybe the options are very close. So now you have to understand that you need the depth of your content and you need to be thorough with keywords and you need to understand what the question is asking. So, all the recent transform sessions we did are really going to be very useful. Which one? Especially the one that we did on MCQ skill, where we talked about guess it. It improves your skill. मैंने देखा है बहुत सारे बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, but maybe they really are not able to convert it into the right number of correct questions. Yes, so go through those transform sessions. Then we did a transform session on silly mistakes, right? Again, very, very essential because these are going to tell you that you are not going to make actually silly mistakes which are big in number. A couple everybody is going to make, but let's keep the number to minimum. क्योंकि जैसे हमने पहले बोला था, and I've been repeatedly saying it, कि एक जोन होता है करेक्ट नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस का जिसमें बहुत ज्यादा क्लस्टरिंग होता है, राइट? सो अ जोन दैट आई हैव ऑलवेज टॉक्ड अबाउट एनीवेयर बिटवीन 130 and sometimes 130 to 140, sometimes it can go even up to 145. So this zone will have lots and lots of clustering. So even one question can make a big difference. So we are not going to go on to uncommon things, but we have to ensure that we know our content well. Okay, and this is exactly why we want you to revise intensively, give tests, keep identifying your mistakes, and keep going back to your notes to see why you made that mistake, right?
and another thing that I wanted to point out to you is that, say we are on almost the end of May, and we are on Saturday, I think today is Saturday, and Friday the court gave the verdict. Let's look at the timelines that this verdict in hard copy would reach National Board probably on Monday. So, a lot of you are asking what will happen. So, nobody knows right now. Let the hard copy of the judgment or whatever has happened with all the details that are there reach the National Board. So, once it reaches the exam board, they would take the call of how they want to go about it.
Yeah,
There
it
are,
is.
Yeah. So
very difficult to predict
it is
what they
not
are
like
going to
anybody
do.
can predict
I
what will
hope you
happen.
understand that national board is absolutely an unpredictable body, right? So we will not, please don't
So
ask
no,
us what
nobody,
will happen.
and anybody who's saying anything doesn't know this, because so far nobody knows, because it will all happen once they get the verdict, and then they will look at the logistics. There are two logistics to look at, and I'm sure you all are smart enough to see this logistics. Like we know this because we are conducting the DAMS CPT today. We know when we book the computer centers. So we are, if you're booking the computer centers
You
now,
need to do it in advance.
yes, and now they have to do it for they have to double the centers, because the paper will happen all together rather than morning evening. So they need to double the centers. It is possible to do it on the date. I feel it is still possible to do it on the scheduled date. But will they take the possibility is in their
Yes,
court.
it is
It is
difficult.
logistically possible.
Yeah.
Definitely, it is possible to do it on the same day. So let's not go with the postponement idea right now. But we know from the past ideas that the exam boards are very unpredictable in these scenarios.
Yeah.
What they will decide would depend on their own SOPs, what all SOPs they follow for every center
Yes.
to be secure enough, and are they able to do those SOPs in the time that is available.
Because they have to ensure that it is conducted in all fairness as well. So exactly as Dr. Samir said, they need to see what SOPs they have to follow, what are the guidelines they have to follow. They have to ensure certain things, and depending on what they will feel, whether it is logistically possible or not, it's not. None of us can actually comment on this, right?
SOP means standard operating procedures. Like for any big exam to be done or any big countrywide event to be done, you need some guidelines for everybody to follow. So are they able to follow those guidelines for every new center that they will choose now in the duration available would be the determining factor on Monday. Probably Monday or Tuesday we should get to know what will happen. Another thing that because a lot of you are thinking, "Okay, why it is not today is Saturday." So, although we are working on a Saturday, Sunday, the courts will not, do that, or the government bodies would not do that. So let's wait till Monday and Tuesday. Another thing that we wanted to observe for you, which is very important, is this is the right time to go off social media. This is the right time to go off social media. This video is going live on your DAMS app. If there will be a date
Everything
change
we
or
will.
if there is any other thing,
Yes.
we would come live and announce it anyhow. Just like right now, I'm telling you that the exam would be in single shift. If you found out about this maybe 12 hours early by wasting 24 hours, it would not make a big difference right now. We know this is going to happen. So it is a good idea to go out of social media, and so that you are at this moment able to focus on your studies. At this moment, you are able to focus on what you can control rather than what you cannot control.
Yes, absolutely. See, we have always talked about there are certain things which are not in our hands. No matter how much we want them to happen, it is not, nobody is asking us. Do you understand this? So we will have to wait. Now, either which ways, what is the only thing that will come to our rescue? Tell me that we continue the momentum that we have, right? It is very, very essential. If it is not getting postponed, then it is extremely important to stay focused and to not lose time. This time is precious. If it is getting postponed, even then it is very, very important that we stay focused, because हमने पिछली भी बहुत सारे कोविड के टाइम से ये देखते आ रहे हैं, जैसे ही एग्जाम पोस्टपोन होता है, it becomes really difficult for students to even maintain their consistency, right? Because you have to think about the timelines all over again. You may get a little complacent. You may think, "Acha kar lenge." You may feel like you take a shorter break. So either which way is better. If it is getting postponed, then also you need to stay consistent. And if it is not getting postponed, then also the most important thing is that you maintain your focus, right? So please
don't lose the momentum that you've already gained.
Yes,
That's
बड़ी
the only
मुश्किल
thing.
से हमने
So,
आपको momentum दिया है.
as teachers, we know what you are doing. We know, and we are very excited about the momentum that you've built over the last week with the predictor series and
Yes.
everything. So it is a good thing that we are doing the DVT based test. So please continue doing all of that. Do it with full momentum. Don't let any random information make you lose your momentum. Paper will be in single shift. It will be a doable paper. I am
Yes.
telling you, it will be doable paper. डैम्स के नोट्स में आपने जो पढ़ा है वो आपके पर्याप्त रहेगा, घबराए नहीं आप.
डीवीटी रिवाइज करो, एलआरआर रिवाइज करो,
So there
जो
is
भी
no
गलतियां हो रही
change
हैं.
in your study strategy as of now.
Yes, yes.
The only thing is keep the momentum alive, keep pushing, and let us wait for the official announcements rather than every speculation. If you speculate, it creates more pressure on everyone. What will happen? What will not happen? Let's see. But it's a good change. It is a good change. We need to appreciate the change. We need to know it is for betterment of your career. And sometimes, some people say, अगर सर इसे delay हो गया तो क्या होगा? लेकिन फिर भी फेयर तो होना चाहिए ना. In a competitive exam, the most important thing is fairness of the paper.
Absolutely.
For the exam going student. उस स्टूडेंट को लगना चाहिए कि मैंने जो पूरे इतने साल मेहनत की है,
Yes.
उसका एक फेयर एग्जाम मुझे देने को मिला. मतलब चाहे वो फेयर है या नहीं है, वो अलग, बच्चे को सही फीलिंग आनी चाहिए. वो सिंगल शिफ्ट से आ सकती है. जैसे ही स्टैटिस्टिक्स आ जाती है, नॉर्मलाइजेशन आ जाती है, उन हमें जो बच्चे को लगता है यार मेरे लिए इन्होंने क्या स्कोर मेथड लगाया, मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रहा. इफ आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड, आई एम नॉट हैप्पी अबाउट इट. So it's a good change. It's an excellent change. So I think now you need to just focus on your study because you are having a single set paper.
Absolutely. And today we have the country-wide CBT going on. Please ensure that even if you are not going to the center, you give the CBT on the app. Okay, so if you have registered for the CBT, you can give it on the app itself, right? But yes, the best scenario is to go to the center to live the experience, see the challenges, and ensure that circumstances don't pull you down, right? You're able to manage in all the possible circumstances with all the things that are going in your mind. You're still able to give your best. But फिर भी अगर आप सेंटर पे नहीं जा पा रहे हो, the CBTs can be given on the app itself. Yes, they come with video discussions. So we will give one day for students. So आज का पूरा दिन रहेगा and tomorrow morning तक, I think 11 a.m. तक बच्चे online देते हैं on the app, and after 11 a.m. tomorrow we will post the video discussions as well as the answers, right? So कल आपको video discussions मिल जाएंगे, answers भी मिल जाएंगे, so that you are able to analyze what mistakes you have done, see whether they are conceptual mistakes, content mistakes, or memory mistakes. Either which way, the two most important resources for us, number one is DVT. The more number of revisions you will do, the better you keep getting. Okay, you will get a lot of questions as reflex from DVT. Second, whenever you do mistakes, go back to your LRR notes or main notes to see why did I do it wrong. देखो जब आप अपने फ्रेंड से पूछते हो, वो आपको एक वर्ड में आंसर बता देता है, यार इसलिए ये गलत है, ये सही है. बट उससे आप इम्प्रूव होगे कि नहीं, वी आर नॉट श्योर अनलेस यू एक्चुअली गो बैक टू दैट एरिया एंड सी व्हाई डिड आई डू इट रॉन्ग. यस, उससे क्या होगा, यू विल सी वन और टू मोर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स अराउंड दैट टॉपिक एंड यू इम्प्रूव. Yes, apart from that, you have a lot of tests in your test series which you have access to. So you have to ensure that you expose yourself to these tests which are made by the faculty. The only purpose is कि मुझे मेरी गलतियां पता लगे. So once I identify my mistakes, I will work on them and I will not repeat them. That's the way forward, right?
And I want to tell you that what is to be avoided now, very important. अभी ना आज हम मॉर्निंग में सीबीटी के अटेंडेंस रिव्यू कर रहे थे एंड हमने देखा पिछली बार के मुकाबले थोड़े से बच्चे एब्सेंट ज्यादा थे. कल एक अनाउंसमेंट आई कि कोई बच्चे ने सोचा यार छोड़ अभी इसको बाद में दे दूंगा. नहीं भाई, डोंट लेट द मोमेंटम गो. ठीक है, आईसी एक दो बच्चे चैट में भी लिख रहे हैं कि मैंने आज सीबीटी मिस कर दिया. मुझे पता है क्यों मिस कर दिया, क्योंकि अपने के दिमाग में कीड़ा आ गया कि कहीं पोस्टपोन ना हो जाए, छोड़ना.
मगर बेटा फिर तो और छूटता ही जाएगा.
प्लीज कीप द मोमेंटम ऑन. अभी कोई पोस्टपोनमेंट का ऐसा कोई भी न्यूज नहीं है. अभी केवल एक डिसीजन आया कि पेपर सिंगल शिफ्ट में होगा, जो बहुत ही बेहतरीन डिसीजन है, बहुत ही बढ़िया डिसीजन है, ऐसे ही होना चाहिए. एंड नाउ यू हैव द मंडे, देखते क्या होता है. बट प्लीज डोंट स्पॉइल द मोमेंटम. Promise? Yes. Don't let the momentum
See,
go.
I told you it has been really difficult to keep everybody informed Okay, it takes a toll on our personal life as well. We are constantly with you people, apart from managing whatever else we are doing, to ensure that you don't lose track, you don't lose momentum. ठीक है, बहुत एफर्ट लगता है उसमें कि बच्चों को एक जगह पे लगा के रखना है कि दिस इज द वे फॉरवर्ड, राइट? अदरवाइज बिखर जाते हैं। यू अंडरस्टैंड, सारी मेहनत जो हमने करी है वो बिखर जाती है क्योंकि हम कंसोलिडेट नहीं कर पाए। सो इट इज वेरी एसेंशियल कि हम अपना मेन फोकस पर्पस ना भूलें। आवर पर्पस इज टू डू वेल इन द एग्जाम, राइट? So now we have to ensure that we keep working towards it. It is very very essential. We need to ensure कि जो हमने अभी तक मेहनत करी है वो बिखरे नहीं, वो हम समेटें उसको, we get better. We have to use every adversity, convert it into a opportunity. Yes, so postpone होता है and we have to ensure we will not lose track. नहीं होता है तो बहुत ही जरूरी है कि every single day is very essential. We are close to the exam. So constantly tell yourself what your main focus is, right? Never forget your purpose. Your purpose was to do well. If we, in the entire journey, if we lose the purpose, then you know what are we doing? Yes.
So in the final phase DVT, your LRR notes will be the main source of your theory. If you have less time, DVT is the major thing to go for. Your grand test frequency has to be every 3 to 4 days. You need to give a GT, and also remember the wrong diary for the end. We have to focus on everything right now because you can't let the momentum go. That is the big message that we have for you today.
Yes, and you know, yes, we will see how to keep you on track. But as of now, you already know we have DVT based tests that are going to be coming up. We have a free mock test also that will be coming up. We have planned a marathon session for you as well. So let's wait. What the examination board comes up with, what they have to tell us, and then we keep moving forward. But the most important thing is we have to keep moving forward, and we have to utilize the time to improve, not you know go or demote ourselves in terms of our preparation level. Okay?
And just keep the momentum alive. And now that you know that the paper will be in single shift, अब तो पेपर के बाद आके ये भी नहीं कह पाएंगे कि मेरा इवनिंग आ गया था, मेरा मॉर्निंग आया था, सबका सेम आएगा। बहुत अच्छी बात है। इट इज प्रॉब्ली द मोस्ट, आई थिंक अपने हम 5-10 साल में कोर्ट के बढ़िया डिसीजन में से एक होगा। पिछले 5-10 साल में हमने देखा है कि कोर्ट डॉक्टर की फेवर के डिसीजन लाती ही नहीं है, हम खुद ही परेशान थे। तो ये बहुत ही बेहतर डिसीजन है और वी नीड टू, एटलीस्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट टेल्स अस कि यार इस देश में जस्टिस है, इस देश में कोई तो ऐसा है जो सही डिसीजन लेके आएगा। सो वी आर वेरी happy about it. Let's see how the national board takes it on Monday, Tuesday. We'll come back and give you the advices and guidance required to fine tune your preparation according to the NBA decision. But at least it tells us कि boss दुनिया में justice है, and we are very happy about it, and we are very glad that कि हमारा हर बच्चा कम से कम पेपर के बाद आके ये तो कह पाएगा ना हमने सबने सेम क्वेश्चन दिया। It's very good. It's very good. So let's take heart about it. अभी घबराना या ये सोचना कि क्या होगा या नहीं, ये सोचो कि अच्छा है कि एक सेट में हो रहा है। देखते हैं मंडे ट्यूसडे को क्या होता है, उसके हिसाब से और डिस्कशन करेंगे नेक्स्ट इन द नेक्स्ट ट्रांसफॉर्म सीरीज।
Absolutely, yes. So keep your focus, keep revising, keep giving tests, give the CBT that is happening today to ensure that you know where to work on, right? CBTs are very, very reflective of the real pattern of the exam in terms of difficulty level, in terms of जो number of correct questions CBT में होते हैं लगभग उतने ही we land up with the real exam as well. But the most important thing is that even after CBT, we have time to work on our weak zones, to see what areas to focus on, and we will definitely improve from where we are today, right? So every day you have to ensure three things, okay? सबसे important, you are revising your DVT. And whatever areas you feel you are weak, you revise LRR as well. Okay, you can go on to specific subtopics so that you ensure कि आप उनको weak नहीं छोड़ रहे हो. Second, we have to practice certain number of MCQs, right? So 50 is the minimum requirement of daily MCQs we practice. The third very important thing is your wrong diary. Every day you have to spend some time with your wrong diary. You have to find out what is weak, what areas did I do wrong, and then you go back to those specific areas and revise them. Whenever tests have video solutions, especially for your wrong questions, please listen to the video solutions. They give you the approach to the MCQ. Okay, they tell you that, this is how option A has been ruled out, this is how option C has been ruled out. Why is B a better answer than D? Right? This is exactly how we have been doing the predictor series also with you. We absolutely enjoyed, both of us had the predictor series yesterday on YouTube, and those test papers, we have made them with a lot of effort to ensure our most important topics, most probable topics को miss नहीं करो. So anybody who has not seen the predictor test till now, this is a good time to use them. Okay, so please remember, the predictor tests are free for everyone. The tests are available on the eMedico's app homepage. Today we have the surgery predictor test. ठीक है, सर्जरी का सेशन है, go give the test. The live discussions happen at 3 p.m. on the YouTube channel of Dance Delhi, and then the PDF is shared on the Dance Delhi Telegram channel as well. So ensure
And
आप उसको use
I
करो.
wanted to share one more thing with you. A new update that we have created for you on the app. I promised you 2 days back कि कुछ नया लेके आ रहा हूँ. So now on the app there is a section called as daily cases. Okay. I don't know if the camera is able to capture it or not.
Yeah, the X-ray it is able to capture.
So there is a there is a section called as daily cases. Now what we'll do is we'll put a clinical case every day. We'll start with some easy ones to get you going, but we'll add more and more tricky cases. And now every day there will be a case being discussed. How many of you have seen the feature on the app already, or how many of you are commenting? Put a thumbs up and let us know. लेकिन अगर अभी तक नहीं किया तो अब ऐप के ऊपर बहुत सारा फ्री रिसोर्स है. Even if you're not a damn subscriber, if you're not downloaded the app so far, I think you one day you download it, you'll know कि you discovered the treasure that you were missing. रोज ऐप पे लाइव आके गाइडेंस कर रहे हैं हम लोग ट्रांसफॉर्म सीरीज के अंदर. ठीक है. दूसरा, रोज क्विज कर रहे हैं, डेली क्विज. प्रेडिक्टर सीरीज भी ऐप पे फ्री हो रही है. प्लस वी हैव एडेड नाउ case of the day section on the app free for all the subscribers, and there is a DVD based test series ongoing in the online test series which
will be free for everyone as well.
It is unlocked for all the users.
हमने तो पहले ही we've given the DVD based test series free, so revise as per that schedule, give the test, right, so that you have an anchor. It's very important. I've talked about it previously as well. It's important to have an anchor that keeps you going, right? So ensure you have some daily targets. You have to meet those targets, and तीन चीजें सब बच्चे रोज करेंगे. रिविजन, एक्टिव रिविजन जरूर करेंगे, एमसीक्यू प्रैक्टिस जरूर करेंगे, और रॉन्ग डायरी जरूर करेंगे. Anybody whose daily schedule has these three things is very likely to improve in their number of correct questions. ठीक है. And जैसे जैसे टाइम आगे जाएगा, we will realize that it becomes crucial to stay focused on the track. That's the most important thing. Okay.
And now I'm proud to say that with the DAMS app-based learning now, we are the only platform which is totally live. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि एक टॉपिक लाइव होता है बाकी सब रिकॉर्ड, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. We do the complete course live on the ultimate live course. We are now running a nursing live course, a dental live course on the app, and I wanted to tell you the most important thing that I'm very proud of it as a person. 26 साल पहले जब मैं पढ़ा रहा था ना, तो चौक और ब्लैक बोर्ड से पहले मैंने पढ़ाना शुरू किया था जब हमने डैम शुरू किया था, और आज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कॉर्टेक्स एआई के टूल को भी हम यूज कर रहे हैं. सो ऑल आई कैन टेल यू फ्रॉम माय लाइफ इज यू हैव टू कॉन्स्टेंटली लर्न टू अडेप्ट टू द चेंज. अभी मैं बोलूँ कि चौक से पढ़ाऊंगा, बोर्ड पे पढ़ाऊंगा, तुम्हें नहीं मजा आएगा. मैं कॉर्टेक्स एआई से गोल्डन पॉइंट निकाल के दूंगा तुम्हें. आई एम श्योर व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग इट ऑन द ऐप, गेम चेंजर है. कोई वीक टॉपिक है, कॉर्टेक्स एआई गोल्डन पॉइंट्स बनाओ, एआई अपने आप लेक्चर समराइज करके आपको देगी. सो प्लीज यूज ऑल दी थिंग्स दैट आर देयर ऑन द ऐप. यू विल फाइंड दैट कुछ और करने की जरूरत नहीं. एवरीथिंग इज देयर ऑन द ऐप फॉर यू.
ओके, सपना इज आस्किंग डेली केसेस का करेक्ट आंसर. बेटा अभी वो आंसर थोड़ा नीचे आ रहा है,
कमेंट्स में डाल रहे हैं अभी, बट वी हैव आस्क्ड द टीम टू बिल्ड अ फीचर फॉर द पिन्ड कमेंट. It should come in the next page.
So when you scroll down in the comment section, you will see the answer there. We've already published it there, but yes, Over a period of time, we will also be able to bring it as a pinned comment at the top as well. So we'll do that. Okay, but yes, it is essential that we are learning constantly in different ways. That is the purpose. अगर आप देखो डैम्स में whatever resources का mixture we tell you to use, they are all revision mode, but every resource is a different mode of revision. For example, LRR, live rapid revision, is for anyone who feels their content in a particular subject may not be up to the mark. Then it's a good idea to use the LRR notes. DVT is like the final lap where you need to know reflexively what would be the keywords, what would be the best next answer, what would be the classic finding, what would be the algorithm to follow this, what would be the image, right? Then there are tests which help you focus on your MCQ skill. Yes, बहुत बार हमें content आता होता है, but we need the skill also, right? So every resource that we are telling you to use at this time is going to be a mixture of different methods of learning, because that is how we feel you make more connections in your brain and your recall rate improves, right? जबकि आप एक ही चीज को अगर monotony से पढ़ते हो, then you are not active in the process of learning, so connections उतने अच्छे नहीं बनते, recall rate भी कम हो जाता है. So we want you to use different modes, keep coming back to your mistakes so that you are able to at least answer 60% of the paper in a reflex mode. कम में हमें सोचना पड़े, कम में हमें confusion हो, right?
And finally, there are only two things that are important in the coming days. Don't let the momentum go down because of anything. Only wait for the official announcements rather than focusing on speculations, because it takes a lot of energy out of our system. भाई समझने की बात है. आई थिंक एक कहावत भी है कि कई बार हम सोच सोच के कई बार हार जाते हैं, जब असली लड़ाई तो जब आनी है उससे पहले ही ना हार जाए. So let's not fight imaginary fears right now. We'll take them in our stride how they come. I assure you that we will take care of keeping your momentum up. हम आपका momentum ऊपर रखेंगे, आप चिंता ना करें. दूसरी चीज जो important है, that is I think some has to be said, that is FOMO. In the last 14-15 days you will have FOMO कि सर ये करूँ वो करूँ ये करूँ. Now you have to understand, when you are with us and you are on the NAMS app, it is a single short solution for everything you need.
Yes.
आप उनसे मत कंपेयर करो. कई बच्चे कई जो अलग जगह पे पढ़ते हैं, उसको किसी का क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं, किसी का टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, किसी का लेक्चर, किसी की स्ट्रैटेजी खिचड़ी पका रहे हैं. आप हमारे साथ पढ़ रहे हैं. वी हैव टेकन केयर ऑफ एवरीथिंग. सो प्लीज ट्रस्ट द रिसोर्स. ग्रैंड टेस्ट भी हमारे साथ ही दीजिए, आप डेली केस भी हमारे साथ कीजिए, आप कॉर्टेक्स का एआई के गोल्डन पॉइंट भी यहीं कीजिए, एलआरआर भी कीजिए, डीबीटी भी कीजिए. सो यू विल हैव दैट सेम टीचर डूइंग एवरीथिंग फॉर यू. सो डोंट डू द फोमो थिंग एंड स्पॉइल योर मोमेंटम. आखिरी 15 दिन में ये दो चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है. बस कीप द मोमेंटम गोइंग, डोंट लेट द फोमो अफेक्ट यू, एंड फोकस ऑन थिंग्स दैट यू कैन कंट्रोल. And before I conclude, I'll ask Dr. to conclude as well. My concluding message for you is, it's an excellent thing that has happened. To the best of my memory, मैंने पिछले कुछ समय में कभी भी हमारे देश में कोर्ट को या किसी भी सरकारी एजेंसी को डॉक्टर की फेवर में इतना बढ़िया बात करते हुए नहीं देखा. सो वी आर ऑल ग्रेटफुल टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट फॉर गिविंग सच अ वंडरफुल जजमेंट. क्योंकि मतलब ऐसा लग नहीं रहा था, इतना हम खुद ही मायूस हो गए थे कि यार सरकारें या कोर्ट कभी भी हमारे बच्चे या डॉक्टर के बारे में नहीं सोचते. नाउ दे एक्चुअली थॉट अबाउट इट. सिंगल सेट पेपर इज द वे आई फील इट शुड बी. मतलब मुझे लगता है कि ये बहुत ही बेहतरीन चीज है. सो वी आर ऑल ग्रेटफुल टू द कोर्ट, एंड आई लास्ट डॉक्टर नीति टू गिव द कंक्लूडिंग मैसेज.
Absolutely. Now, the thing that I would want my students to understand, we all get anxious. Yes, it is something which everyone has. किसी में थोड़ा ज़्यादा होता है, किसी में थोड़ा कम होता है. The problem is when we get too anxious and it starts affecting our day-to-day activities, our performance levels, then that anxiety prevents our growth. Okay, this kind of anxiety does not help us. Okay, so it is very essential that when we are anxious, instead of focusing on what all is going wrong, think of what practical steps you can take to use it to your advantage, right? क्योंकि हमेशा people who keep standing are the ones who have the possibility of winning as well. भाई जिसने हथियार ही डाल दिए उसकी तो possibility भी खत्म हो गई ना. So you have to ensure that you keep standing tall. You have to ensure that when you are stuck with anxiety, you take a pen and paper, and everybody is going to practice that. It really helps in calming your nerves and in giving you the way forward. So next time you feel you're getting very anxious about whatever, so sir has told reduce your social media. But if you are getting very anxious, take a plain piece of paper. Okay, everybody, you're going to tell me whether you will do it or not. When faced with anxiety, you take a plain piece of paper, count back from five. Five, four, three, two, one. After you have done a count back from five, on this plain piece of paper, first write what is your purpose. ठीक है, पर्पस क्या है, बड़ा बड़ा ऊपर लिखेंगे. Once we have a clear vision of our purpose, क्योंकि वो धुंधला हो जाता है, right? Sometimes you lose focus of your purpose itself. So write your focus, and once you see it very clearly, underneath it, write points on how you will achieve your purpose. Is that clear? Will I cry and I will achieve my purpose? No, you may get some sympathy, but you will not achieve your purpose. Yes? Similarly, you write down practically steps which will help you achieve in the purpose of your life to ensure that even when there is anxiety, we are able to come out as people who stood strong and who could perform to the best of our ability. Okay? So everyone is going to give me this affirmation, yes, that if you are struck with anxiety, what are you going to do? Number one, जल्दी से एक पेन और पेपर लेंगे, अपने सामने रखेंगे. नेक्स्ट, काउंट बैक फ्रॉम फाइव. क्लोज योर आईज ऑल्सो. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then on the piece of paper, write down what is my purpose, and then bit by bit write down how you will achieve it. ठीक है?
I think on that note, we once again tell you that boss, कुछ अच्छा ही हुआ है, घबराए नहीं. It's a good idea that this exam is happening in single shift. Otherwise, there would have been a lot of confusions after the exam.
Yes.
किसका सेट आसान था, किसका मुश्किल था. अभी तो ये बहुत बेहतरीन चीज हो गई है. इसको लेके एंजाइटी मत करो. सांस लो, अच्छा चीज है. रिवर्स काउंट करो, अच्छा चीज है. 2 दिन देखते हैं. Let us see on the weekdays how the board reacts to it, what they decide. वो कैसे करते हैं, वो क्या कहते हैं, उसको देखेंगे. And then we'll see what is needed to be shifted or what is not to be shifted. देख लेंगे, सब कुछ है, हम गाइड कर देंगे आपको. Don't worry, we'll keep telling you what is to be done, what is not to be done. But only thing we want you to do is don't get affected by FOMO. In the final phase, these are the 3 things that will make the maximum difference in your content. The Cortex AI golden points, live rapid revision notes, DVT. So don't think that मुझे ये सारा करना है, ऐसा नहीं. DVT पूरा करना है. वीक सब्जेक्ट के लिए LRR करना है, वीक टॉपिक के लिए कॉर्टेक्स एआई के गोल्डन पॉइंट देखने हैं. बिकॉज व्हाट वी हैव क्रिएटेड, एंड आई एम सो हैप्पी टू बी अलाइव इन दिस ईरा ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. मुझे तो लग रहा है कि एक मतलब वी आर एबल टू गिव यू एवरीथिंग दैट यू नीड इन अ क्लिक ऑफ अ बटन. अभी क्या है ना, बहुत होशियार बच्चे जो होते हैं वो लेक्चर सुन के उसके गोल्डन पॉइंट समझ के नोट डाउन करके समझ जाते हैं. कुछ बच्चे नहीं गोल्डन पॉइंट पकड़ पा रहे थे. Now it is there. Click a button here of Cortex AI below your back to basics video. It will tell you the summary.
It will also give you a predictive test actually.
After that you can actually click a predictive test and give a test on the. See, so I think मतलब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि बेहतरीन कर दिया मैंने. लेकिन मैं अभी यहाँ कहानी खत्म नहीं हुई. I'll bring more and more tools for you. I'm committed to remain the most innovative app on medical education for my lifetime. मेरा ये कमिटमेंट है आपको. आज भी कोई भी और इतने लाइव लेक्चर ऐप पे नहीं ला पाए जितने हम कर पा रहे हैं. हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को लाने वाले पहले हैं, और मैं ये कमिट करता हूँ कि we'll keep innovating on the courses as well as on the features. If you have not started using case of the day, please start doing it now. You will enjoy the case of the day on the app.
So take care everyone, relax, okay? जो भी होगा सब अच्छा ही होगा. It is for our better, ठीक है? And all we have to do is ensure we are doing our part, right? So our part is to consistently work, right? To ensure that we keep the focus going. So convert your day into a productive day. Please give the CBT, okay? Give the CBT. You can give it on app as well, right? Tomorrow you will have the video discussions as well as the answers, and in a couple of days you will have the results as well. We will also give you a free mock, but उससे पहले give your CBT. ठीक है everyone?
एक बच्चा बोला प्रियंक के सर रेडियोलॉजी के ना वन लाइनर एक जगह पे इकट्ठे कर दो जैसे यूनिसेट में आए। बेटा आपने मुझे काम दिया है, मैंने काम नोट कर लिया है, बहुत जल्द, ठीक है? आई प्रॉमिस यू बिकॉज आई नो व्हाट यू वांट एंड कीप बिल्डिंग। मैं ये कह रहा हूँ हमने जो अब तक बनाया हम और चाहते हैं। So, well, I'll tell you my mindset. You know, a lot of people say, sir, आप भी satisfy हो गए या नहीं मुझे और करना है. I want to do more, and that is what I want you to do. आपको भी जिंदगी से और मांगना है, और चाहिए. Let's focus on what we can control and let's keep improving. Wish you all the best, beta.
Yes, the DVT test will be free for everyone, Bache. They will be available in your test series section. Okay? Chalo, take care and be rest assured that all is well. It is for the good. Okay? Chalo, take your time and convert your day into a productive day. All the best.
Bye, everyone.